Hello ladies and gents, this is Mark the MadCowMiller here with another instructional video in quotes. This one I'm concentrating on micro stakes, no limit hold'em cash tables. You will already see I've bought into a table and I've posted my big blind. I've skipped the selecting a table stuff and have just started the video as soon as I found a table, because I've already made several attempts at these videos and just thought this is going to save so much time. So first hand of play, 8-4 off, of course free flop please. I'll talk about bankroll management and the likes in a second. I'm going to fold there. No, like I say, I did want to show a little bit about table selection and touch briefly on bankroll management. I couldn't show you table selection because of the trying to fit it into a video. It was just not nice. Yes, table selection. I'm deliberately showing you micro stakes level. I will hopefully go on to record a low stakes level, maybe at 10 cent, 20 cent or similar. I'll go on to do that. Bankroll management wise, to touch briefly, King 9. Yeah, I'm being offered a cheap flop here, so I'll take one. Bankroll management wise, for beginner players, I advocate a 50 buy-in bankroll. Check there, obviously. For beginner players, for guys just learning, not even necessarily just learning poker, but guys learning cash games, I advocate 50 buy-ins of 100 big blinds. Although this is one of the abnormalities, the iPoker network, they allow $5 buy-ins at 1 cent, 2 cents. So yeah, 50 buy-ins, however big the buy-in is. At 10 cent, at 5 cent, 10 cents, for example, which is also a micro stakes level. 5 cent, 10 cent, which is micro as well. They allow a $10 buy-in, which is 100 big blinds. And you would need 50 times that, so 50 times $10, $500. As you become more and more experienced and start to know your style of play a little better, if you have a low variance style of play, or lower variance style of play, you can get away, as you become a bit more knowledgeable, with decreasing that to maybe 20 or 25 buy-ins. High stakes, Deep Stacks University advocate 20 to 25 normal. I personally don't buy into that. I like 50, the Chris Ferguson style of bankroll management, 50 buy-ins if you're not experienced, and then you can work on that, and then you can decrease it steadily. Table selection wise as well, if I bring up the lobby, I'll just show you now. You can select your levels, you can select your rank, how you rate things. I personally usually rate them by average pot, because I have a fairly aggressive style of play. If I play a hand, there's more chance that all of the money is going to end up going in. I play the big pots and play them well, and then you can also rank by number of players at the table. PF is, it tells you there, players per flop. Hands per hour is also a sign of how quick the table is. You can you can basically pick the table to your style of play, and that I cannot emphasise enough. Play to your strengths at cash tables. Queen Deuce obviously is an auto fold as well. Play to your strengths. That's the overriding thing I want to emphasise. If you're not, if you're completely new and you don't know your style of play and want to learn your style of play, well, there are several tools online that can help you with that, but there is nothing as good as experience. There is nothing as good as just trying a few tables, trying a few different things, and seeing what works for you. To talk briefly about micro stakes level sit and goes. What am I talking about? Micro stakes cash games. The type of thing we're expecting to see here is we'll expect to see lots of limps with ace rag, lots of limp calling with small pairs to set mine. Basically lots of limps. I don't expect this to be a greatly aggressive table. I don't expect it to be completely tight either. I'm going to concentrate on playing tight, aggressive, so as to get my money in ahead when I do play a pot, but it's not going to be that often, I'd have thought. I'm hopeful that within a half hour, maybe an hour, will represent a profit, certainly, but not excuse me, not a huge one. I am still suffering with hay fever, guys, so sorry about that. 3-5 offsuit, second position. Don't need to be involved, don't want to be involved, don't be involved. Yes, so I've covered the bankroll management, I've covered table selection, I've talked a little briefly about the stuff to expect at micro stakes. It's a very I would actually advocate that cash games advocate individuality more than sit and goes do. I think sit and goes to a certain extent become dictated by blind size and stack size, and a lot of how sit and go play pans out is well documented, well textbooked, well known theory, whereas cash tables allow greater creative freedom, allow a bit more personality to be portrayed in their play. I mean, what the hell's going on here? Look at it. Raised to 36. Blinds at 1 cent, 2 cent. Well, that was... well, no, there's no near enough about it. That was unavoidable. We'll hope not to be on the wrong side of one of those later on. 4-6 offsuit under the gun, keep well away. As I say, the goal fundamentally is to represent a profit, not necessarily a huge one, although, as I have already said, I tend to play big pots and play them well. So it could be that during the course of this video we go through maybe a buying up, or maybe a buying down if we catch the wrong side of it. But the goal is in terms of percentage points of your stack and how much you'd like to make. I mean, I'm recording this in the middle of the aftermath of a recession, so if I could make 50 cents profit for 10% positive ROI. Well, you try going down to your high street bank in Great Britain and get 10% on interest rates on your savings. You got no chance. I've got runner got shot, so I think I'm checking here. Oh, I've picked up a pair. Whoopee. Still can't bet it, so still won't. No, can't call that, so I won't. Prevention is better than cure. Minimise your losses. And prevention, just as an aside, that mantra, prevention is better than cure, it does apply to poker. It's far, far better to have not got yourself into sticky situations than be reliant upon getting lucky later on. I would much rather be known as a tight player who doesn't make any mistakes than be a luck box. I've limped my Jack 7 offsuit from the small blind just because it was cheap enough. See a cheapish flop for 1 cent. Okay, right. Well, everybody checking that round suggests to me that my Jack may actually be ahead here, so I'm going to have a little swing. Yes, the 10 may have just brought a straight, but I'd be unlucky, especially seeing as it would mean ace queen or queen 9. I'm check calling here. Dear God. Well, I cannot imagine that my Jack is ahead, so I have to fold, but I'd love to know what the expected value on that shove is. That must be huge negative EV, or not far off. What was I calling there with? If he's done that with King Queen, that is absolutely disgraceful. And that's very typical of the stuff to expect at microstakes level. You will sometimes just sit there and think, what the bloody hell. 8-3, yes, suited, but that's nothing to go for it. That's a fold. What's the best you can hope for? An 8-8-8 flop. Now here, this is what I call this is the trouble hand. I was famously associated with 9s all through my university days because I advocated, and I still do, 9s are the one